In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, one God, Amen. Dear friends, today we'll present you lecture number 8 in the advanced course of the Coptic language, presented to you by St. Mark Coptic Orthodox Church in Cleveland, Ohio. In the previous 7 lectures, we talked about the definite and indefinite articles. Then we discussed 4 kinds of possession, expression, or ownership. Then the third subject was about irregular plurals, since I told you the rule or the main way of expressing plurals and singular in the Coptic language is to change the article before the word, which means the word stays the same, the one I want to put in singular or plural, but the article before that word make the change. And that article can be definition or indefinition article, or possession article, or verb to be article, or demonstration article. So I can say P, iota, that is there, or O, epsilon, that's for definite or indefinite articles for masculine singular, and then make it plural for the word after by changing that article into the plural article. The same for demonstration, pi, tai, thigh, phi, or nigh, and for the verb to be, p, t, ni, and for the possession or ownership, pa, ta, na, etc. I discussed to you the first part of the demonstration in lecture number 7, and today we'll talk about the second kind of demonstration. The first kind we discussed in lecture number 7 was the kind where the owned or the demonstrated article is close to us and we can recognize it from a short distance. Today we'll discuss to you how I'll express demonstration of an article that is far away from me. And before we resume our lecture, usually we try to revise to you the Coptic alphabet as a refreshing, so you can understand when we use other letters during our discussion. The Coptic alphabet, as I told you many times in every lecture, is formed of 32 letters. 24 of them are coming direct from the old Greek alphabet, which is not in use now in Greece, but they used a new development of the alphabet, which I made a comparison of in my first 3 lectures in the primary Coptic language class. The other 8 are number 6, which is U, it's used only as a number, and the last 7 letters. The number 6 is coming from either the Greek culture or from the Coptic hieroglyphic alphabet. There are 2 stories about this in different references. As for the last 7 added letters, they are coming direct from the Demotic hieroglyphic alphabet, and that's one of the dialects of the development of the hieroglyphic language. As I told you before, in the 3rd or 4th century before Christ, the hieroglyphic language developed into 2 dialects where they used the Greek letters to express it instead of the pictures. Those were the hieratic. Here means priest, and otic or atic means way, the way the priest will discuss or pronounce the language, and that's what's written in the old Egyptian temples, and it's more difficult and more complicated. And the second dialect was the Demotic. From demos means people, otic means way, which means that was the way regular layman, all the Egyptians were talking at that time. That Demotic dialect is easier and has less or had less characters, much less characters than the hieratic. In the hieratic, we had more than 4,000 characters. In the Demotic, they went down to 400 or less. That's actually a repetition of most of the lecture of the primary class in the first and second lecture, just as a refreshing for you. Let's read the letters now together, just as a reminder. The letters are alpha, beta, gamma, delta, A, Su, zeta, eta, theta, iota, kappa, lola, May, Nei, Xi, O, P, Rho, Sigma, Taf, Epsilon, Phi, K, Psi, Ho, O, Shai, Phi, Chai, Huri, Janja, Chima, T. The added letters are number 6 and the last 7 here. Shai, Phi, Chai, Huri, Janja, Chima, T. Now, this is a reference I'm using now to help me to and guide me to present to you proper explanation of the grammar of the Coptic language. It's in Arabic, but I translate every lecture in English myself. It's coming from the monastery of Amba Macarius in the desert of Shihit. The word Shihit in Coptic is formed of 2 words. Shi means measurement or similarity or equal to. Heat means heart, like the heart, your heart or my heart. Shihit means the measurement or the weighing or to estimate the heart of a person. So the word Shihit means the scale or the measurement of the heart. And it was given to that area because it was full of monasteries in northwest area or desert of Egypt. And it was considered like a place where a person can know himself and measure his heart. That's why they call it measurement of the heart. That book actually was developed and prepared by the monk Andreas from San Macarius, and it was presented and revised by the deceased or the dead, actually now dead or departed, Amba Epiphanius, who was chief and the bishop of the monastery of Macarius at that time. I talked to you about the demonstration articles for what is close in lecture number 7, and move now to the second kind of demonstration articles. That's for far away or distant articles. So our subject today, adjectives and pronouns of demonstration to who and what is in a far or distant distance, or a far or a distant area. When we say it in Coptic, Ni mev'i, en chorim, em pet, o, e, o. Let me read it again. Ni mev'i, en chorim, em pet, o, e, o. Let me just break that to you so you can understand how to say it. Ni iota is the definitive or definite article of plural, whether masculine or feminine. Mev'i is a thinking. The word means a brain or thinking or idea. The iota here has a jenkim, that's why I say mev'i, not mevi. So ni mev'i, the ideas. Why we use the word ideas here? Because in the next slide you'll notice there are no articles of demonstration for the distant or far away place. There are only adjectives. And we'll see how we replace the articles in the next discussion. En, ne with the jenkim, that's the additive article of possession. The first kind of possession I discussed to you in lecture number 2 of the advanced course. Etchurim, you notice now that the etchi or etchima is pronounced like 4 syllables. Etchurim. Etchurim means to point out or to demonstrate. So nimev'i en etchurim, the ideas of pointing out. Empet may with the jenkim of, that's the adjective article of possession. And here it was changed to may jenkim instead of nay jenkim, like this, since it is followed by one of the 6 articles of labials. Labials come from the lip, so 6 articles of labials are letters that need the lip to pronounce them. And whenever we have one of these after the nay jenkim, we change it into a may jenkim. Those 6 articles of labials are vita, may, p, psi, fei, fei. Again, vita, may, p, psi, fei, fei. So here we notice that p is one of the 6. That's why we changed the nay jenkim into a may jenkim. Instead of this nay jenkim here, it's may jenkim here. Both are 2 articles of demonstration by addition. And they are connected to the words after. And I remind you that there is a third one which is separate, not connected to the word after. That's the word inte. Ne with the jenkim taf a, inte. You can refer back to the previous lectures to remember or to restudy that. So ni mev'i en etchurim, the ideas of demonstration. M of pet here means that. You will discuss to you that in the last lecture today. O, something far away. Something far away. Here someone will say to me, Doctor, why you said pet? It is theta. You should say peth. Peth. Because theta here is followed by O. The O is one of the 7 aspirated letters. What are the 7 aspirated letters? Those are letters where we use the whole mouth to pronounce them. And I told you, whenever a word starts with one of these 7 aspirated letters, we change the T taf, which should be here as T, Tom or Taf, it should be changed to theta. And the P, if there is a P, it should be changed to Fei. It's just a reminder, a refresher for you. I have discussed that in detail previously. So, pet, those, far away, OEO, far away subjects or objects. So, ni, mev-e, nh, shurim, pet, OEO, the pronouns or the ideas. Here it means the pronouns of demonstration to the distant or of the distant. Either one, to the distant or of the distant object or subject or sane or insane article, etc. As he says here, it comes in separate, not connected to the word after. And that's the word evvorg in Coptic. Vorg or fei o ro janja, vorg means not connected or connected, whatever. Here it means not connected. So vorg fei o ro janja means not connected, separate. You see? The word a without a jenkem is the indirect form of a verb. What's the indirect form? That's when I say, for example, I eat. That's direct. When I make it indirect, I'll say the food was eaten, so you don't know who ate it. That's the indirect form. So any noun that starts with a, that look like e in English but pronounced like a in French, without a jinkim, without that jinkim here, any article started with that a is in the indirect form. The epsilon is for plural third person, plural or third group of people. So evvorg means we're talking about a group of articles that are not connected to the word they describe or demonstrate, and they stay away as a separate word, as you will see now. We replace here the phi alpha iota with phi eta. The psi theta alpha iota with theta eta. The nei alpha iota with nei eta. As a reminder for you, here, look here. We used here in the close articles phi, thigh, nigh, when they are evvorg, not connected. And when they were connected, we used pi, thigh, nigh. That's as a reminder. Okay? So phi, thigh, nigh for the disconnected. Now for the distant articles, they are always disconnected. So we use phi instead of phi, thi instead of thigh, ni instead of nigh. And then we'll connect it to what we call the article of connection, or the article of like what means there or that or those. You'll see that in the next slide. Let's start with the first word. Phi o ziakon pe. Here it is in the indefinite form. O epsilon indefinite form, nakra. So I'll say phi o ziakon and follow it with verb to be for the masculine singular. If it is definite, we will reverse that. Like if I want to make it definite, I will say phi pe ziakon. You see? Pe ziakon. That's a definite form. But here it's indefinite, so I'll flip it down and put the verb to be after the described noun or the pointed out noun. So here we'll say fi oz yakun pe. That is deacon. That is a deacon, some deacon. I don't know him. Somebody. Nakra or indefinite. Now, if I know the person, like he is known to me, and despite the fact he is far away, but he is known to me, he is the only person in that shape or that description, then I can put it in the definite form here. Fi, pe, o weep. The priest. I know the priest. He's only one priest in the area, and he's coming from a distance, but I can recognize him. That's the only priest of our church. It's not a different priest or a strange priest. He's known to me. So I put it in the definite form. So I can say here, fi, pe, o weep. This is the priest. So that means when we use the articles of demonstration for the distant areas, we can describe either the indefinite or the definite, and the only difference between both is we reverse the verb to be after the prescribed person in the indefinite form and before the demonstrated person in the definite form. Now, for the female, si o parthenos te. This in indefinite form again, for feminine singular. O epsilon, that's the article of indefinite form for both masculine and feminine. It doesn't change with the change of sex. Parthenos, P alpha rho theta e nei o sigma. Parthenos means virgin. Te ta e, that's a verb to be for feminine singular, and it follows the demonstrated person since it is in the indefinite form. Si o parthenos te, this is a virgin. Some virgin I don't know. But if I know the person who's coming, she's the mother of the monastery and she's only a mother in that monastery, then I can put it in the definite form, like what I did for the priest here. I would say thi, te, ti mav, ti the for the feminine singular, mav, mei, alpha, epsilon means mother, and here the epsilon is pronounced like v. If it's plural, it doesn't make a difference between masculine and feminine. So in the plural, I can say it either way. Ni, han, monachos, nei, mei, o, nei, alpha, k, which here is pronounced like cha, but it can be ka, monachos. Usually we say monachos. So monachos means a monk. But because we used han, huri, alpha, nei, which means regular plural or the word some. So, ni han monachos, those some monks or monks. I can say those monks or those some monks. Han can give that different expressions. Either it is the S we add for the plural like in English, or it presents the word some, part of. The word ne after is the verb to be that comes for the plural, and here it follows the word since it is in the indefinite form. Ni, han, monachos, ne, those are monks, some monks. I don't know them. I can see them from a distance, but I'm not sure. If I know them for sure that those are the monks of that monastery, I can put it in the definite form. Here I will say, ni, ne, those are, ni yoti. Ni yota is the definite form for plural, whether masculine or feminine. The for masculine or feminine, plural. Yoti is the plural of the word yot. Yot is father, one father. It is spelled like yota. Long O, like the W. I don't see a W here. Long O like a W. And regular T, taf, without that extension on top here. That's the word yot, means one father. When I put it in plural, it is irregular plural. As I told you in the end of lecture number, I believe, 6 of the advanced course, then the spelling will be yota, short O, T. That's the last letter of the Coptic alphabet I told you about, coming from the hieroglyphic language, and it is usually presented here as a long stick here, and it usually expresses two letters, taf, eta, or taf, yota, together. So it's always pronounced like T, not just te. No, it is always T. So ni yoti. Even if you don't have the vowel here, eta or yota, it is included under the T. So ni yoti, those are the fathers. Here I'll give you the rules, but here it's written in Arabic. I translated it into English here in that slide. Nimev e et tomf, relative pronouns. Here we'll talk to you about something we add to the far demonstration articles, just to give a full or specific description. These words here are called the relative pronouns. Relative pronouns. Nimev'i means the ideas, but here it means pronouns. Et, the, that are, or they are, that are. Tomf, ti, taf, o, may means to point, will fay on the person. But here it means to connect. Here it means to connect. So those are connected to the articles of demonstration. Et, they are, or that are, tomf, connected to. Ni, mev, I, et, tomf, the articles that are connected, or that are connecting words together, or sentences together. Those are presented by a jenkem, which is the article of object, et, which means the, this, those, these, all the all these words that mean demonstration. Et is a word that includes both of them. So ete, it becomes ete. A with the jenkem, that's the article of object, and the te part of the et. So either one of these three articles, all the three articles, are translated to that for the masculine singular, that for the feminine singular, those for the masculine plural or feminine plural, and those for the feminine plural, as you see it here. Why I repeated it in Arabic, the masculine is different from the feminine, so that's why it is repeated here in the translation. But in English, it's the same. Those. In Arabic, we say allazin and allati. Allazin for masculine, allati for feminine. But in English, it is the same word. Those. That's why it's repeated here. Two words are used to give more specificity for the person I'm trying to demonstrate, who is far away or in the other room or in another place or in the map, etc. Those two words are T, eta, or the word emmav. May, alpha, epsilon here doesn't mean mother like the other word I taught you in previous slide. Previous slide, I gave you that word here, sorry. Here, I told you mav means mother in that slide. But in this word here, mav here, it means there. The word there. So T, eta, or the word emmav, may, alpha, epsilon, means there. And I used emmav as an article of addition for possession. Before it, since it starts with the letter may, one of the 6 labials, as I told you. So two words, T and emmav, they are adverbs with the meaning of there. Who is there, or who is there, or who are there, all are expressed with these words, et, t, or ete, emmav, etc. And here there is no far off adjectives. No far off adjectives. And instead these words are used which do not change with masculine or feminine or plural change. بنقولها بالعربي ما بتتصرفش. يعني ايه ما بتتصرفش in Arabic? In English it means that the word do not change in shape or spelling when we change for a male or a female, or a plural. So again, the word they don't change. In Arabic we say it ما بيتصرفوش. In English it means that they don't change in spelling. If we change from a male or a female or a plural. When the pronouns of the distant sign ni or demonstration, his sign here means demonstration, ni and si or fi get attached to the conjunctive pronouns a genkim or et or ete, they give them the attribute of specificity. They are more specific. So when I say this person far away, but when I add the word T or emmav to it, I mean this person specifically I'm talking about. One of these 5 people there, he is getting promoted, for example, or he is getting the prize. So I'm talking about a specific person. So it gives attribute of specificity to form the following compound formulas called pronouns connected to the demonstration articles. And that we can see in the next slide, since that slide couldn't fit it. You'll see it here. In the next slide, here, I can say Fie, this is who, or Viet, this is who, or Fiet, this is who. It's all the same meaning. Or for masculine singular. Then for feminine singular, Ca or Ciet or Thiet. All of the 3 have the same meaning in English, but they are different in Coptic. They give different ways of expression. How? The A here is only an object. So Fi when I mean to put it in a verb that is transitive. Transitive, again, an expression of we describe a verb with. That means that verb has an object. If the verb does not have an object, we call it intransitive. Intransitive doesn't have an object. Transitive has an object. اللي هو في العربي بنقول لازم، الفعل اللازم أو الفعل المتعدي عشان نفهمها يعني. So في A that's connected to an object. That means the verb we are using is transitive. في yet it is that or this for any object or any demonstrated article, whether it is sane or insane. في it give the same with more specificity. That's in Coptic. They are a little different. But in English or in Arabic, they are the same. If you notice, it's the same words in English, same words of description in Arabic. That means that the Coptic language is more accurate in description and more specific than the Arabic or the English. With this, I have to stop. I'll give you this application next time, since we exceeded the limited time we're allowed. So I'll give you that slide here, translated to English in next lecture, number 9. God bless all of you, and until I see you, thank you for attending. Thank you very much.